The text came at 11:47 p.m., 3 weeks before my wedding. I was half asleep, scrolling through final vendor confirmations, when my phone buzzed with a message from a number I didn't recognize. "You need to see this. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you." Attached was a screenshot of a private Instagram message thread between my maid of honor, Vanessa, and my fiancé, James. The messages went back 4 months. 4 months. My hands started shaking before my brain could fully process what I was reading. "Vanessa, I can't stop thinking about you. This is so wrong, but it feels so right." James, "I know, Natalie can never find out, not until after the wedding." Vanessa, "Why wait, just call it off." James, "I can't. The deposits are non-refundable. My parents already paid for everything. We'll figure it out after." I read it 3 times. Then I walked to the bathroom and threw up. When I came back, there were more screenshots, dozens of them, flirty messages, late-night phone calls, plans to be together properly once the wedding was over and I was dealt with. The anonymous number sent one final message. "I'm a friend of James's cousin. She found these on his iCloud by accident. She thought you deserved to know. I'm sorry." I sat on my bedroom floor until sunrise, reading and rereading those messages, watching my entire life disintegrate in blue text bubbles. The man I was supposed to marry in 3 weeks was cheating on me with my best friend of 12 years, and they were planning to use my own wedding as cover until they could be together, without the mess. I should have called James immediately, should have confronted Vanessa, should have cancelled everything and burned their lives to the ground in a public, spectacular implosion. But something stopped me, a cold, clear thought that cut through the shock like a knife through silk. What if I let them think they got away with it? What if I let them have exactly what they wanted and made them destroy themselves in the process? Vanessa Moore had been my best friend since we were 17. We met in AP English, bonded over our shared love of terrible reality TV and expensive coffee, and became inseparable by graduation. College roommates, post-grad apartment mates, the kind of friendship where people assumed we were sisters. She was at every milestone. My first real job, my first breakup, my father's funeral, the night I met James. Actually, she introduced me to James. He was her co-worker at the marketing firm where she'd just started. She invited me to their office happy hour, and he and I clicked instantly. 3 months later, we were dating. 6 months after that, we moved in together. Vanessa was thrilled. "You two are perfect together. I'm so glad I introduced you." For 3 years, she was my cheerleader. She helped me pick out furniture for our apartment. She listened to me vent about James's mother. She was the first person I called when he proposed. And when he got down on one knee at that restaurant overlooking the harbor, Vanessa was sitting 3 tables away, coincidentally having dinner there, camera ready to capture the moment. I thought she was the best friend anyone could ask for. Looking back now, I can see the signs I missed. The way she always had an opinion about what I should wear around James, how she'd text him funny memes at odd hours. The weekend she helped him pick out my engagement ring and came back knowing every detail before I did. How she volunteered to be wedding planner, photographer coordinator, and maid of honor, inserting herself into every single aspect of the day. I thought she was being supportive. She was positioning herself. The morning after I found the messages, I woke up with a plan so clear it felt like someone else had written it in my brain while I slept. I wasn't going to confront them. I wasn't going to cancel the wedding. I was going to let them have it. Every single detail they'd been planning behind my back. Every moment they thought they were stealing. I was going to hand them exactly what they wanted and let them choke on it. I called my little sister, Maya, at 7 a.m. "Nat, what's wrong? You sound weird. I need you to listen very carefully and not interrupt." I told her everything. The messages, the timeline, the plan forming in my head. When I finished, there was a long silence. Then, "Holy shit. Yeah. You're really going to go through with the wedding?" Not exactly, I said. I'm going to let them go through with the wedding, while I disappear. Natalie, Maya, they've been planning this for months. They want each other? Fine. They can have the venue, the flowers, the photographer, the guests, the whole production, and when everyone shows up expecting a bride, they can explain where I am. Another silence. That's either genius or completely insane. Maybe both, I admitted, but I'm done being the person everyone uses. If James wants Vanessa, he can marry her in front of 200 people who came to watch him marry me. And where will you be? Anywhere but there. The next 3 weeks were the hardest performance of my life. I had to pretend I didn't know. Had to smile at Vanessa during dress fittings. Had to laugh at James's jokes over dinner. Had to confirm vendor appointments and finalize seating charts for a wedding I had no intention of attending. Every interaction was a carefully controlled detonation. Vanessa was especially difficult. She kept trying to get me alone, suggesting last-minute changes to the ceremony, asking if I was really sure about marrying James. "You seem stressed," she said one afternoon while we were addressing thank you cards. "Are you having second thoughts?" I looked up at her, this woman who'd been sleeping with my fiancé while helping me plan our wedding, and smiled. "No second thoughts. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be." She looked relieved. "Good, because you two are perfect together. I'd hate to see you throw that away." The audacity was almost impressive. James was easier to fool. He'd been lying for so long that he didn't notice I was lying too. He kept talking about our honeymoon in Bali, about the house we'd buy, about our future together. Every word was a knife I learned to dodge. One night he pulled me close on the couch and said, "I can't wait to marry you, Nat. You're going to be the most beautiful bride." I kissed him and thought, you have no idea what's coming. Meanwhile, I was making my real plans. I booked a one-way flight to Vancouver, leaving the morning of the wedding. I drafted an email explaining everything, scheduled to send 1 hour before the ceremony. I packed a single suitcase and left it at Maya's apartment. I transferred half of our joint savings into a new account. Exactly my share. I wasn't stealing, just taking what was mine. I contacted a lawyer about breaking our lease and separating our finances. Every night, I reviewed the anonymous messages like evidence, screenshotting everything, documenting the timeline. Not because I needed proof for myself, because I wanted James and Vanessa to know I'd always known. The week before the wedding, things started moving fast. My mother called daily with last-minute questions. "Did you confirm with the florist? Is the hairstylist still coming at 8 a.m.? Should we add extra champagne for the reception?" I answered every question perfectly, playing the excited bride right up until the end. Vanessa threw me a bachelorette party. 12 women celebrating a marriage that would never happen, toasting a friendship that had been dead for months. She gave a speech about true love and lifelong friendship, while knowing she'd been betraying both. I smiled through it all. I even thanked her. James had his bachelor party the same weekend. He came home drunk, sentimental, telling me how lucky he was. "You're going to be my wife," he slurred, pulling me close. "My actual wife. Can you believe it?" "No," I said honestly. "I really can't." He kissed me goodnight and passed out. I sat in the living room until 3 a.m., writing the email that would detonate their lives. Subject: there won't be a wedding today. 2. James, Vanessa. My parents, his parents. The wedding party. Key guests. Scheduled. Send Saturday 10 a.m., 1 hour before ceremony. If you're reading this, you're probably dressed and ready to watch James and me get married. I'm writing to tell you that won't be happening. 3 weeks ago, I received screenshots of messages between James and Vanessa dating back 4 months. Messages where they discuss their affair, their feelings for each other, and their plan to deal with me after the wedding. I've attached those screenshots to this email so you can see for yourselves exactly what kind of people they are. I didn't cancel the wedding because I wanted James and Vanessa to experience what I've been experiencing for the past 3 weeks. going through the motions of something that's already dead. They wanted each other. They can have each other. They wanted this wedding. They can explain to 200 guests why there's no bride. To my parents, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I needed to process this alone. I'm safe. I'm okay, and I'll call you when I'm ready. To James, the lease is in your name now. I've transferred my half of our joint savings, exactly my portion. I've taken my belongings. My lawyer will contact you about separating everything else. To Vanessa, 12 years of friendship, and this is who you really were the whole time. I hope it was worth it. To everyone else, I'm sorry you got dressed up for nothing. The venue is paid for, the food is ordered, and the bar is open. Feel free to stay and celebrate whatever the hell this is. I won't be attending. I'll be in Vancouver, starting a life that doesn't include liars. Natalie. I read it 50 times, adjusting punctuation, making sure every word landed exactly right. Then I scheduled it to send at 10 a.m. on Saturday, 1 hour before I was supposed to walk down the aisle. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. on my wedding day. For a moment, just one brief, stupid moment, I wondered if I was making a mistake. Then I remembered the messages, the lies, the 4 months of betrayal. Fuck the mistake. I'd already made it by trusting them. Maya picked me up at 6 a.m. My suitcase was already in her trunk. Last chance to change your mind, she said, as I climbed into the passenger seat. Not a chance. We drove to the airport in silence. She kept glancing at me like I might shatter, but I felt solid, clear, free. At the departure gate, she hugged me hard. Call me the second you land. I will. And Nat? Yeah? They're going to lose their fucking minds. I smiled. I know. I was somewhere over Montana when the email sent. I'd turned my phone off before boarding, so I didn't see the immediate fallout. But Maya did. She sent me a play-by-play later. 10:03 a.m. Email just sent. James's mom is calling him. Vanessa is calling him. Everyone is calling everyone. 10:15 a.m. Your mom just called me crying. She's on her way to the venue. So are James's parents. 20:27 a.m. Vanessa is at the venue. She looks like she's going to throw up. 10:35 a.m. Guests are arriving. No one knows what's happening yet. The coordinator is freaking out. 10:45 a.m. James just showed up. He looks destroyed. People are reading the email. It's chaos. 11 a.m. The ceremony was supposed to start. There's no bride, no groom at the altar, just confused guests and a crying maid of honor. This is insane. 11:30 a.m. Your mom just told everyone to go home. Some people are staying for the food. James and Vanessa are screaming at each other in the parking lot. 12:15 p.m. It's over. The venue is clearing out. Vanessa left sobbing. James is sitting alone at the head table. Nat, you should see this. It's devastating. 12:47 p.m. Your mom wants to know if you're okay. What should I tell her? I read every message twice. Then I turned my phone back off and ordered a drink from the flight attendant. I'd never felt more okay in my life. I didn't turn my phone back on for 3 days. When I finally did, there were 247 missed calls, 189 text messages, and 56 voicemails. Most were from James and Vanessa. James's messages. Natalie, please call me. We need to talk. This is insane. You can't just disappear. I know I fucked up, but we can fix this. You humiliated me in front of everyone I know. How could you do this to me? How could I do this to him? The cognitive dissonance was almost funny. Vanessa's messages. Nat, I'm so sorry. Please let me explain. It wasn't what it looked like. You ruined my life. Everyone thinks I'm a monster. I lost everything because of you. Because of me. Not because she slept with my fiancé. Because I had the audacity to expose it. My mother's messages were different. Honey, please call me. I just need to know you're safe. I'm not mad. I'm just worried. Whatever you need, I'm here. I called her first. She answered on the first ring. Natalie. Hi, Mum. She exhaled like she'd been holding her breath for days. Oh, thank God. Are you okay? I'm okay. Where are you? Vancouver. I'm staying with a friend from college. Silence. Then, why didn't you tell me? Because I needed to do this alone. You could have cancelled the wedding. We would have supported you. I know, but I didn't want to cancel. I wanted them to feel exactly what I felt, standing in front of everyone, waiting for something that was never going to come. My mother was quiet for a long time. They deserved it, she finally said. 2 weeks after the wedding, that wasn't, I got another message from the anonymous number. I thought you'd want to know who I am. I stared at my phone, heart racing. My name is Olivia. I'm James's younger cousin. I found the messages on his iCloud when I borrowed his laptop for a school project. I wasn't supposed to see them, but once I did, I couldn't unsee them. I'm 19, I've never been in love, but I know what betrayal looks like. My parents told me to stay out of it. They said it wasn't my business. But I kept thinking, if someone was about to marry a liar, wouldn't I want someone to tell me? So I told you. I'm sorry it happened, but I'm not sorry I sent those screenshots. You deserve to know. I sat there crying, not from sadness, but from gratitude. A 19-year-old girl I'd never met had more integrity than the 2 people I trusted most. I wrote back, "Thank you. You saved my life." I'm still in Vancouver. I got a job at a tech startup, found an apartment with a view of the mountains, and started seeing a therapist who specializes in betrayal trauma. Turns out being lied to for months does psychological damage. Who knew? James and Vanessa didn't end up together. According to Maya, who keeps tabs on the gossip, they tried for about 6 weeks before imploding spectacularly. Turns out their connection was 90% secrecy and 10% genuine attraction. Without me to betray, they had nothing in common. James moved back in with his parents. Vanessa moved to another state. The wedding venue sued for the final payment. James's parents paid it. My mother sent me pictures of the bill. $47,000 for a wedding that never happened. I felt zero guilt. My father's life insurance money paid for my half. James's parents paid for his. Play stupid games, win expensive prizes. People ask me if I regret how I handled it, if I should have confronted them privately, if I went too far by exposing them publicly. Here's my answer. I didn't expose them. I just stopped covering for them. They made the choices. They sent the messages. They planned the affair. All I did was make sure the consequences of those choices weren't mine to carry alone. Did I want them to suffer? Honestly, a little bit. But more than that, I wanted them to experience what I experienced, the humiliation of everyone knowing the truth. For months, I walked around pretending everything was fine while my world crumbled. They deserved to know what that felt like. Some people say I should have taken the high road, but here's the thing about the high road. You're still walking it alone while everyone else takes shortcuts through your pain. I chose a different path. I chose the truth. And if that makes me the villain in their story, I'm okay with that. Because in my story, I'm the woman who refused to marry a liar. A year after the non-wedding, I got a text from a number I'd deleted but still recognized. Vanessa, I know you'll probably delete this without reading it, but I need to say it anyway. You were right to do what you did. I've spent the past year trying to figure out why I destroyed our friendship for a guy I didn't even really want. My therapist says it was about competition, about always feeling second to you, about wanting something you had just to prove I could take it. That's fucked up, I know that. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I finally understand what I did. You deserved better than me. You deserved better than both of us. I read it 3 times. Then I deleted it without responding. Not because I'm cruel, but because some apologies come too late to matter. She was right. I did deserve better. And for the first time in my life, I was actually getting it.